reported about 60 seconds ago a tornado on the ground in the Edinburgh area in Christian County. There's a very decent chance we're going to see a red box pop up here. And so there it is, confirmed tornado warning now for Christian County here, tornado on the ground in the Edinburgh area. And we are here now getting on our streams and jumping on this tornado moving to the south and east. It was reported here by Tyler Abbott, and I'll show you the video at some point here, but we want to talk about who's in and who's out. First off, this does include most of central Christian County. About 10 minutes ago, the tornado watch was extended to the north and west to include Macon and Christian County. There's just a little wind shear in place and enough instability to make things happen. And we now have that confirmed tornado warning that's in place here for the area. If we can, let's go ahead and take Max 2 full real quick for me. And then I'm going to transition to the green screen so we can spend some time talking about it. This tornado now on the ground as of moments ago in the Edinburgh area. We have a report from a spotter that shows that tornado in progress. And so we are very concerned now for parts of Christian County. It's the only warning we have here at this point, but it certainly is something that we'll want to see. And behind me will be Max 2 if you can. So if we can stick up Max 2 behind. The little circulation happens to be right there, but that's what we're looking at. So there we go. Thank you for doing that. I'm WCIA 3 meteorologist Jacob Dickey, again, interrupting your program for a tornado in progress in Christian County right now. This will be just near Edinburgh, moving to the south and to the east. And we're getting our information here as quick as we can. Looking at that, observed tornado, not concerned about hail, but there is an observed tornado. The National Weather Service, I'm going to get some information on this warning. Moving to the east and southeast at 20 miles an hour. It is a slow-moving storm, but it is still progressing in that direction. That'll take it close to Taylorville and Stonington. And those weather spotters have confirmed that tornado. So that's actually going to be this cell right here. It does not look like much on radar, folks. So we have some wind shear in place, and that's enough to make things happen. All of these little cells have actually been rotating a bit. And so that's been something we've been watching. We'll keep an eye on this near Taylorville, some of these other cells as well, but confirmed tornado in Christian County here. And that warning is going to go until 8:15 p.m. While we're watching that, I want to zoom out and take a look at the whole area here. For a lot of the area, we still have that tornado watch that before, but this last little band right here has these little rotating cells that we've just got to keep an eye on. The general thought is as we get closer to the 9 o'clock hour, the sun goes down, instability begins to wane, and these little cells won't be able to do a whole lot. But right here is where our surface low is, and we've got that warm front that's located here, and that's what's brought us this tornado warning in Christian County. I wouldn't rule out another area of spin somewhere along this line that could prompt another tornado warning. We just got some really favorable ingredients here that are in place, but now our focus is on Christian County. Let me show you here the velocity real quick. Again, reflectivity that you see here shows the actual intensity of the storm. Velocity gives us a view of how things are moving within that storm. And I'm going to switch here and see if maybe our relative velocity looks a little better for us here. Maybe it helps it to stick out. But this is that little spot right here near Edinburgh. And you can see it was a little more pronounced maybe as it was right here. It does not look like much, folks, but that's going to be East 2100 North Road, perhaps just west of Edinburgh, and in North 600 East Road, north of Tovey, north of Kincaid, right on Sandcrest Lake here. That'll be east of New City, but probably just east of New City into the Edinburgh area is where that tornado is heading. And now here, that little circulation shows up very near Edinburgh. It'll cross 29 between Edinburgh and Sharpsburg. In this area, likely carry just north of Taylorville. I think it stays north of Kincaid and Tovey, but that's that little circulation that's showing up there. And that's why we have this tornado warning in place. We are going to just look down at some of these other little cells here. There's been some broad rotation that we've been watching with that Taylorville cell. It does not have to look that impressive with this environment to produce that tornado, but there may be some weak rotation here. Those cloud bases are sitting really low, and so we can't discount maybe something in here, but that does not look as pronounced as this little feature right there south of Edinburgh as it continues off to the south and east. And I'll zoom out here, and you'll see as well, there's been just some other little spots that have been coming and going. So we were watching this little cell south of the Taylorville Golf Course. A little rotation there. There was another one down towards Pana earlier. And you can see here coming through Pawnee, how there's just a little bit of that red and green together. Same here earlier. This is the one that has that confirmed tornado now near Edinburgh. And that's just kind of what we're going to be dealing with here as things continue to progress on here as we move on forward. Let's go ahead and take Max 2 full for me. And I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff taken care of here. It's just going to be me right now. We've got Kevin in the storm tracker. He's more in the Coles County area. So at some point we may try and talk to him. But we're focused on Christian County at this point with this confirmed tornado coming on through. Let me see. I'm going to try and pull up that video real quick to show you what we are looking at with this confirmed tornado in the Christian County area. Again, Edinburgh, Stonington, Taylorville, Moweaqua, Assumption, Pana, you are all under that warning at this point here. And we also just got, they're saying 2 miles west-southwest of Edinburgh. I've got this video here. Let me pop it up real quick. And we're going to take a peek at this. So this is video coming from the Edinburgh area. It's from my friend Tyler Abbott. And I'm going to try and pull that in here full screen so we can look at it. You're going to look at it at the same time first as me. But let's see if I can. Maybe I need another second. There's that tornado, though, that's centered in there. And I want to press play and try and make this go, but it's being a little stinker. You can see here, though, that's that tornado that was down now south and southwest of Edinburgh, moving off to the east. And so confirmed tornado in progress with this storm here. Want to quickly mention tornado watch still in place there. We also have a flood watch, but the heaviest rain seems to be past us at this point. And so that's something that's good here. But we still have that tornado watch through 9 a.m., the flood watch until 1 a.m. In place here. And I might try and get this to repopulate for me. It's being a little stubborn because I want to show you that video. So here we go. I'm going to replay that video for you here. And here we go. So this is that video of that tornado that was in progress in the Edinburgh area. Again, you're looking at the first time as me. That's a decent tornado showing up right there near Edinburgh. So this is that confirmed tornado in Christian County. Christian County tornado in progress. You're seeing video of it here from moments ago. That was taken by my friend Tyler Abbott. He was out chasing, and I was about to message him and say, hey, that storm looks pretty interesting. And then he sent a message and said, I've got a tornado in progress, and sent this, and that is what we're looking at. New tornado warning, Shelby County. Shelby County tornado warning. Shelbyville, Tower Hill. Likely tornado developing near Pana, moving your direction. That's going to carry it off to the east and carry it across parts of central Shelby County now. So new tornado warning now in place. This is for Shelby County now. Again, these storms are located right on that warm front. And feel free to bring me back on screen here. You'll see Shelbyville's in this. This does not include Cowden or Herrick. It's north of Effingham. But now looking at this new red box here for a tornado warning for this little cell right here. This is our confirmed tornado warning there. This storm may have a developing tornado. This storm here is another one that we have to watch. And we're just entering a period where we've got enough shear and enough instability right along that warm front, folks, to say, hey, sometimes those warm fronts can be tornado magnets, and that has been the problem today. Over a dozen tornadoes reported so far in Illinois, and the biggest tornadoes have been to our south. But now we're back in the action after a few hours and a little bit of a break here. So we'll take a look at velocity and see if we can identify some things. Dolville, Tower Hill, that tornado just south of Dolville. Looking at that circulation right there, south of Dolville, 2 miles, north of 16. It's to the east of Pana, east of 51 on the western side of Shelby County. If you know where Tower Hill is, you take the curve around town. There's the newest radar update. Actually, that circulation now is going to be northeast of Tower Hill, moving just north of 16. That's going to carry into Shelbyville here in about 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little less than that. I think it keeps it south of Yentisville. It may be just south of Henton right now. Findlay, Lake Shelbyville. It should be just south of most of that area, but Shelbyville in the southern end of the lake, maybe in threat with this one here. And given this circulation, looking at that, it does not look like much. Neither did the Edinburgh tornado, and you just saw that video moments ago. We should treat this as a confirmed tornado coming into the Shelbyville area because it can spin up really quick here. That rotation is rather shallow. That rotation also is able to build pretty quickly. And so we've got these new tornado warnings that are in place here. No other reports of this, but, in fact, go ahead and Rob, let me fix this real quick here. I've realized my stream is, there we go. Folks on the stream were watching. They were hearing me. They were not looking at me, so I just wanted to make sure I set that up here. This is going to be where that tornado is likely here. So the EMA is looking into that area and watching, but just these small little circulations right now is what we're going to watch. So keeping an eye on the Shelby County area, and that's what we've got. So I'm looking in the chat here as well. Folks are saying that, hey, I'm getting alerts in Stonington. I'm getting alerts in Mattoon, Blue Mound, places like that. The reason you might be getting an alert is, let's say up here in Blue Mound, you're right here. Look how close you are to that tornado warning. Well, your cell phone might be connected to a cell tower that's in that tornado warning, and your phone may go off. And you might have Verizon and it goes off. Your friend might have AT&T. It may not go off here. Those wireless emergency alerts, they are beneficial, but they are not perfect when it comes to those alerts there. Weather call, if your address is in this pink box, you already got a phone call. If your address is in this red box, and I mean within it, you already got a phone call. If you're just on the edge of that, weather call, it's $15 a year, but it's location specific. You know exactly 100% if you're in or out. The WCIA 3 weather app also follows your location on your cell phone. That's for mobile devices. Weather call is another way to get alerts. Maybe some folks don't like smartphones or don't want to use them or don't have access to them. Weather call is an option. It makes a great present for family, friends, and things of that. So just consider those different ways we're getting those weather alerts. And then, of course, we got the warning sirens. They may be going off across Christian County. They're going off across a lot of Shelby County as well with these storms as they continue to work their way on through the area right now. The time is 7:40. If we can, let's go ahead and double box real quick, or get the triple box, actually. What I'm going to do is I'd like to get the Mattoon camera in one. We've got Kevin in another here, and that triple box will give us a view of some different things in the sky. The nearest cameras we have here is up in Decatur, Mattoon behind me, and Effingham down to the south. And so as we get a peek at that here, we're going to watch things closely. I'm going to switch this to, let's do our Mattoon camera while Rob gets that set up in the back for me there. And we're watching here as I take a peek. I'm turning my Mattoon camera back to the west and maybe a little south and west here to get a vantage point on that. And so looks like we got some rain coming on through on that Mattoon camera. Rob will give us that triple box in a moment as he can. But still, we're looking at those 2 tornado warnings in place for the area here. Just checking some other things out while I'm at it. A lot of flash flood warnings continue to the south: Effingham, Cumberland, Jasper, Crawford County. That's not the one. We're looking for the 2x2x1 here, Rob. So the big one, me. And then the 2 smaller boxes can be the Skycam and Storm Tracker for me. So if you can fix that, just put me back full screen while you correct that. That'll be helpful there. So keep an eye on things, and then we'll get that taken care of here. So looking at this here, just checking some additional information. Let's see. We've got a new update from the National Weather Service. They are saying that rotation being reported between Shelbyville and Tower Hill near 1200 East. That's with this storm right here. Shelbyville, there's a likely developing tornado coming towards you. The time is now for action in Shelbyville. This right here was a confirmed tornado. It may not be on the ground. I haven't seen any more reports. This right here could become something. When you look at all these little cells that are in place, they all just have that little feature on them. The velocity gives us clues, but you also can look at the reflectivity, and that can help show things here. So see those little kidney beans? That's okay if you, can we get this bottom right box? Can we get that to be the storm tracker, please? This little kidney bean here, that's something to watch. Right here is the Shelbyville. There we go. And then they'll fix that upper box as well there when they get the head bar, when they get the chance. All these little spots are just having to be watched closely here. And so that's what we're continuing to monitor. Let's try and get an update with Kevin. And Kevin, are you able to hear me? I can hear you driving. Go ahead and talk in my ear real quick, Kevin, if you're able to listen.
Yeah, hold on here.
Okay, Kevin's going to get into this in a second here. I can hear you. And control is Kevin. Are you guys able to put Kevin's volume? Are we hearing him too? Okay, perfect. So we're able to get Kevin here. Kevin looks like he's located out by Lake Mattoon, Lake Paradise here. And so there he is. He's heading to the west to look for this. Developing tornado here west of Shelbyville. Earlier confirmed tornado up here. Little areas of rotation down in here. We'll keep an eye on that because that could become something too here. Kevin, I've been kind of watching your feed there as we look to the west, and you're moving in that direction. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing.
Yeah, so I have made my way here. I'm in the northeast corner of Shelby County here right now. Gonna be my GPS is set for Strasburg right now, and so I'm going to be taking a turn here in just a little bit. There is a rather low cloud base, and I know you can't fully see it here. I'm going to see if this camera looks like. You can't fully see it, but when I turn here, when I start going back to the west, you're going to be able to see it a little bit better. But there is kind of a low cloud base, and so I'm going to be turning here in just a second. You'll have kind of a better view of things, but we're trying to get just kind of south there into the far southeastern corner of Shelby County to try to catch this thing as it's going to be making its way in. So we're hoping to maybe get a little bit of a better view here in just a moment. So give me a second here as we turn back here. And so, all right, and you're going to see this long kind of, lower cloud base here. And so once we get just a little bit more south, we may get a little bit of a better view into that possible circulation. But we're monitoring things here. We are going to be, and again, there are multiple little cells that, have developed. And we're just kind of looking at each one to see if they're kind of spinning. I mean, it's storming up near Windsor, which is just to my north and west. But as I peel down here just a little bit to the south, I'm hoping to catch a little bit of a better view looking into the storm. So check back with me here in maybe about 5 minutes or so.
All right, sounds good, Kevin. Your camera dropped there, so you quickly get back to the triple box. We don't want to have any. There we go. And Madison, I know you're in there now. We've got our full team that's back in the booth here to help out. So Kevin's going to be watching that. You may have to wiggle that cable a little bit for us, Kevin, and we'll keep an eye on that. It's kind of cutting in and out right now, but he's moving towards that Shelbyville storm. And then all these other little storms, they did drop the confirmed tornado, so likely it's lifted. That little cell there is showing up more here to the northeast of Taylorville. I think that's going to be closer to Stonington, but it doesn't look as much. But the problem is nothing looks impressive here at this point with the way things look. So, they just kind of look like little spots that are there. But certainly that's something that we need to keep a close eye on. Camera behind me is the Mattoon camera. We've got that facing to the west and southwest. And what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and bring the camera full. If we can bring the Weathermetrics 3 full for me, I'll do a little playing around with that. I'm going to take that Mattoon camera. I just want to swing around because there is a little additional storm there north of Mattoon. So bear with me as I adjust this here and get that Mattoon camera up. We've got eyes in the sky, and we can use those eyes to look at things. And that's what we want to do there. Sorry, I switched to Peoria. It should fix back to itself in a second here. Maybe. It's feeling a little moody. So are many of us with this severe weather threat. I think a lot of us are tired, but we're here. We're going to get through this round. And we still look. There's Decatur. Okay. That's, of course, how this goes sometime. I did just see someone say they saw cross 1000 East Road north of Tower Hill. And folks, I'm seeing your chats if you're on those digital platforms. So if you're able to help out and let me know, hey, what it is you're seeing, that's also very helpful. So Tower Hill, Shelbyville, tornado in your area, likely, if not down, based on the number of comments here. That tornado warning goes until, I believe, 8:15. We've got the Christian County one as well. And then we're turning that Mattoon camera, see that cell activity developing to the north and east. And nothing seems imminent or low compared to what you saw in Kevin's shot. But we just have to keep eyes on that. And it's great that we have these cameras to do so. And so that's the Mattoon cameras. We're swinging back around. We're looking back to the north and east. And to the north, the more interesting cells going to be to the west of town. I'm going to reset it to the west and let it alone. Let it sit there and watch things here as we look generally into the direction of Shelbyville. And that's going to be kind of down in this area here. So I can zoom in, see how low those clouds are. That's kind of where Kevin's moving towards. right now to keep an eye on things. So we've got that there. All right, back to our triple box as we look here. Again, tornado warning continues for Shelby County and Christian counties right now. It is 7:49. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Down in the bottom right corner here, that's Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy in the Storm Tracker. This is the Mattoon camera. I don't think I have another camera that will look good into it. The Decatur camera sits north of it. We won't see a lot, but we'll take a look at it at some point here as it may be able to look to this cell here. That's the one that produced the confirmed tornado in the Edinburgh area. We showed you that video earlier. I'll try and bring it up in a little bit. But then each one of these little cells, there may be some rotation developing north of Pana, northwest of Pana, up towards Taylorville. And then this little cell, I mean, that's even enough to be rotating and potentially give us a tornado here. Something's now moving into the west side of Shelbyville. Tower Hill, though, I don't think you're clear. There's more rotating storms to your west. Shelbyville, this continues to move east along 16. It's going to carry eventually in the direction of Windsor, south of Windsor at least, into parts of eastern Shelby County, and that's where Kevin is now keeping an eye on things there. Let me switch cameras here. And I'm going to switch that camera that you see in the top right. We're going to put the Mattoon camera up there. And that is going to let us take a view there. So again, what you're seeing in that camera up here, that low base, there's some rotation that's showing up in these cells, and it may not look like much, but there's enough there where we're having some of these issues continuing to happen. And we've been kind of suspicious about some of these little areas of rotation where, finally we were able to jump to that today. So that's what we've got. Kevin, I see you're kind of moving a little bit. Are you able to give us another report real quick? I need to fix something. Maybe give me a minute or two. Tell me what you're seeing there and what your plan is.
All right, so I am continuing here. I'm basically a couple miles northeast of Strasburg right now. I am heading south here. Like I said, my GPS is set for Strasburg, which is about 5 miles away from me here right now. Looking into the storm, we'll have a better view here in just a little bit. I'm trying to get kind of south of where these showers are. There is a low kind of cloud base, and what we're going to do here is eventually kind of look back off towards the west, and we're going to be looking right into this thing because that circulation again is pretty much going over Shelbyville right now. I think it's right there. So as I continue to make my way here, I'm smack dab in the middle of the updated kind of polygon for this warning here, and so this thing's going to kind of hug right there. It's hugging right along that warm front. That front that's here, which is, kind of the area that can focus these storms a little bit more and allow for a little spin to happen. So I'm going to be able to take kind of a look into this here in just a bit as we kind of turn back off here to the west. So here, let me just go ahead, and what I'm going to do is up here at this next county road, I will turn back because you're basically seeing the view here as I'm driving south. And so what I'm going to do here is I'll turn back over to the left, and then you're going to see that kind of long, low cloud base there, kind of the edge above the storm. And then we'll see if we can kind of look into where some of that rotation is. I'm good now, Kevin. Let me see here. All right, I'm just about to turn here. Let me see if we can kind of see anything. Again, kind of too much of a tree line here, but I mean, you see that long, kind of shelf cloud looking thing, but probably it's going to be back in there, of course, behind some of them trees and homes is where some of that rotation might be. So I'm going to continue to kind of drop south here just a little bit, just so I can get a better view, but I'll send it back to you for now. But that's that line that stretches all the way across. Again, this would be a kind of probably a smaller tornado just from the looks at it, but obviously nothing to take lightly. So we're going to keep having a view, and then come back to me here in maybe about another five minutes or so.
All right, thanks for that report, Kevin. We'll keep your shot up. We've got the Decatur shot there as well. Christian County, the tornado warning has been dropped. Christian County, the tornado warning has been dropped. However, do I trust any of these cells? I don't trust any weather. nowadays, the way things are going. So we're going to watch and see if there's any little spin that continues to try and develop here. But the later we go, the lower the sun gets, the lower the instability is here. Now focused primarily on Shelby County. And Kevin is looking into this storm here. This storm now is right over Shelbyville. That's where this possible tornado is, this area of rotation being reported. It's going to be on the west side of town, kind of by the Walmart, the airport out there. Here's 128. Here's 16. Downtown Shelbyville is here. The dam sits over here. The lake is up here. So this is moving here to the east from Shelbyville towards 16. And eventually we'll be heading towards 32 from Windsor south to the north side of Strasburg in that general direction. And you can see behind me here, there's Kevin. So he's down there. And he's going to be moving to the west. He's giving us that view. Right now, we're looking behind him at this point, but we'll see what happens. And he's got his back camera on to give us that view. There's his front camera there. And so you can see this storm is what we're watching. I do want to show you as well what this looked like earlier. This was why we had the tornado warning suddenly drop on us a little bit before 8 o'clock. This right here. This was that confirmed tornado that was reported in the Edinburgh area. You can see it there. That's what touched down and produced that Christian County tornado. That's going to be the 4th or 5th tornado in our immediate viewing area, I think, today. National Weather Service says Neoga was a tornado, by the way. They used our drone footage to confirm that. Our Sky 3 drone, Kevin helped them confirm that Neoga tornado has tornado damage, and they're going to be out surveying. Also by Diona, there was some damage reported. And so this is what we're looking at right there with that tornado that was earlier up near the Edinburgh area. And all these little cells are just trying to spin. And that's what we have. So looking ahead, where we are now, 7:55, another 20 minutes for this tornado warning. Shelbyville, you got to shelter. Strasburg, Windsor, you got to shelter. We get to Stewartson, you're good. Cowden, Clarksburg, Fancher, Mode, Okanee, Pana, no warning. However, if I'm in Pana or Tower Hill, I'm closely watching these little cells right here. I just don't trust them. I know we probably got some spotters out. The Shelby County EMA is out as well. Let me see if they've provided any more reports to the National Weather Service. Not seeing much and having a little bit of trouble logging in there. Let me check on here. They're continuing the tornado warning until 8:15. And that's going to be for this Shelby County storm. Let's throw the velocity on. And again, you're not going to get coverage like this anywhere else, right? Here's Decatur, top right. Then we've got Kevin, bottom right. There it is. If there's rotation, it is right over Shelbyville. Right over town. That's enough to make me concerned. Shelbyville, something's spinning over your head here. We don't like that. You got to be in your shelter. And that can touch down pretty quickly here. Those clouds are going to be low. They're going to look menacing. Maybe we have a tornado form pretty quickly. And by now, that rotation might be all the way to the east side of town. Look at that water Kevin's driving into there. Man, that's a lot of water. He's being safe down there. But that's the other thing, is flash flooding is an issue here. So there you can see Shelbyville, where that rotation is. Also, when I zoomed in, what did catch my eye is this little feature right here. The Dalville area, Tower Hill, something else northeast of Pana, maybe trying to spin up. And so if you are in those areas, I would be seeking shelter in Shelby County and watching very closely Dalville, Tower Hill. I haven't gotten any reports from those areas, but we know how fast these can spin up. And I'm just going to widen the view because I don't want to get so honed in. Christian County, nothing really sticks out. Maybe something right there north of Pana, but that one that's towards Dalville sticks out to me a little more. And then we also want to keep Coles County eyes on that because that one front is sitting right over town. We'll check our different radars. Looks like Charleston, Mattoon, nothing appears to be spinning, but we will be watching closely here. Okay, just checking the chat if there's any reports. I'm just reading some of your messages there. I don't see anyone reporting anything, which that's a good thing. You know, if a bunch of people started jumping on and saying, I just lost power, there's damage and debris, we'd be able to report that right away here. This, though, is interesting. Right northeast of Pana, Dalville, there might be something else trying to develop to the west there, northwest of Tower Hill. So that's worth watching. I need to zoom forward to the National Weather Service. Taylorville, Edinburgh, you're good now. That tornado was earlier. And so we're focused primarily on Shelby County, but there may be two areas of circulation. There's one right over Shelbyville. There's another back towards Pana, and I just saw something. It's had a funnel cloud reported southeast of the airport in Shelbyville, and that was at just 1 moment ago. So developing tornado over Shelbyville. That's what we're dealing with here. They do not believe it touched down, but they've got spotters watching it. And then we're watching behind there. Let's see here. They're saying, I'm trying to do a little reading. Okay, we'll get some information from them there. The flooding, we kind of talked about that. Route 45 is closed north of Effingham because of flooding. There's a lot of rain, a lot of water down those areas. So that's the other consideration that we have to monitor. So not a tornado yet, but to me, there's two areas. I think this should probably be treated as if it's going to have a tornado warning. Dolville, Tower Hill, Illinois 16, back west from Shelbyville. Shelbyville, once this one goes over, there's a chance this might become something here, northeast of Pana. So we're going to watch that as it continues to progress off to the east. Kevin continues to move in that direction. Our camera in the top right, let me put it back to Mattoon, but I don't have any Coles County concerns now. These storms are only moving 20 miles an hour. They are moving at a snail's pace here. And so they're not moving very quickly compared to our earlier storms, which seem to have a little more of a purpose, moving with purpose there. But as these continue to move off to the east, then maybe Cumberland, Coles County. We've got time, though, and if the sun gets lower and lower, maybe these storms will finally wane away and give us a peace of mind here. But tornado warning continues for Shelby County. Shelbyville, it's near you. The new radar update just came on in, and that's going to be something that we watch. Kevin continues to move. You can see those dark low clouds there. He's moving back towards that. And so if he sees something, he's going to holler and let me know. But there's that rotation. East side of Shelbyville now. It's going to be near downtown towards the dam. But there's that other area of rotation back here, Tower Hill, Dolville, that just catches my attention. Given what we've had, that may be something that we watch closely here. Spotter reports on top of the Shelbyville Dam, rotation heading towards Windsor. That came from Shelby County EMA. Shelby County EMA reports rotation on top of the Shelbyville Dam. New tornado warning, Shelby County. Guess what, folks? That is the second cell back here. We were talking about it. Dolville, Tower Hill. Tornado likely, very near, very much in progress perhaps, or close to it, between Tower Hill and Dolville. That's going to follow the same path east. So Shelbyville, you are not all clear. When this storm moves east, it's going to be another one following behind it there, and it's going to slowly move to the east. Now, we'll have some time, so maybe you need to grab a bottle of water, a snack or something after we give that, but then you'll need to go back to your shelter. Everyone loves a snack, I know that. But there's that storm near Shelbyville. Rotation reported over the dam at the Lake Shelbyville. That's going to be just east of downtown, going to be heading in the direction of Strasburg and Windsor. It's likely to me that we probably had some folks that are in Coles County, maybe Cumberland County, Neoga, Lake Paradise, Lake Mattoon, Mattoon proper, out towards Coles Station, maybe to the south and west towards Gaze. Your phone's been off. It said tornado warning in your area. You're getting more information now from us. This warning does not include Moultrie, Coles, or Cumberland County. It is Shelby County only. Sometimes those wireless emergency alerts, though, they spill over into surrounding areas. And I think that's maybe what happened here at this time. So the tornado warning now in place. And just getting a report now of some rotation south of Morrisonville, north of Nokomis, along the Christian County line, some rotation being reported. So that's what we got. Now, the new tornado warning for Shelby County goes until 8:45. They say the storm's moving east at 35 mile an hour. So they're moving here and there, but moving eastward there. And that rotation over Tower Hill or near Pana moving to the east. We've got that other cell in front of it there. And then just got a picture of some rotation from the Morrisonville area. So let's go look and see what's going on. You know, it looks pretty yucky. You know, like that's like, really, this is what we've got. But spotters are seeing it, and I believe it, given that wind shear in place. A lot of spin right along that front. So don't think we're going to have a tornado warning here, but certainly far southern Christian County, eventually towards Pana, maybe we need to watch. North and eastern parts of Montgomery County, we perhaps need to watch. The most impressive looking signatures now going to be about a mile east of downtown Shelbyville and just north of Tower Hill on the curve. Someone's probably sitting in the Dalville Hill and looking at it. It's going to be Tower Hill, the curve there on 16. When you go back to the east, it's going to be just north of there. Now, maybe it doesn't look quite as impressive as now, but still it's there. And then these storms are moving slow. I'm sure some folks in Shelbyville are getting some rain poured on with things here. So we are looking at primarily just a Shelby County issue. Got a couple of folks saying they watched swirling clouds going over their house in the Shelbyville area. I believe it. The way things look here. These are not the most intense looking on radar, but we did have a confirmed tornado, and I'll show you that video in a moment here. But then the warm front is just sitting right here. So see that little hook right there? That's enough to be the spot where the rotation is. This other little spot right here is where the other area of rotation is. And I think Kevin's getting closer to it. So let's go see what he's looking at, find his location. And let's see if we can get it to pop up here. So Kevin is, there he is. He's west of Strasburg. So he opted to go south from 16, I think. That way he wasn't driving in the thick of it. If he was on 16, he probably wouldn't see it. But by getting south, I think it's going to be to the right of him as he continues to work off to the west there. So Kevin, you're getting closer. Have you been able to see much? Are you able to talk to us a little bit?
Yeah, I can talk to you here. I'm on some back country roads here. I'm just now starting to, I think, be able to possibly see something off distance, and I'll try to get you a view here in a second. I'm peeling through on some real back roads here just to kind of get west because I wanted to try to stay out of that rain, as you just mentioned there. But I am coming in. I'll be coming into the east side of Shelbyville. But give me a second here, and okay, maybe I can zoom in just a little bit. See that right there? So that's, I think, what they're looking at. That's going to be, the area, the exact area where some of that rotation is. And so you can see very low clouds there. It looks like it's almost sitting, right there on the horizon. So doesn't look super organized. And like you said, the rotation isn't super strong. And sorry, got a little S curve here, but I'm looking right into it, and we'll get you another view here in just a second. We do the windshield wipers, and so that's it right there. We're looking right into it. We're looking right there. I mean, that's low on the horizon right there, folks. And as I get a little bit closer, maybe I'll be able to see it a little bit better. But that's the exact location where that would be. As I look, that's going to be looking just on the east side of Shelbyville. So that's what we've got here for right now. Hang with me, and I'll try to get you another update here in a second.
Yep, you got all the time you need, Kevin.
Right.
All right, so Kevin's got that there, and he's getting adjusted. Real quick, if we can, we'll come back to you in a second. I want to show folks, did you see how low those clouds look? That's what happened in Christian County. This is that confirmed tornado earlier in the Edinburgh area. Doesn't look all that organized, but it's clearly on the ground, and it was clearly a tornado that touched down there, and that's produced these 3 tornado warnings that we've had in the last 30 minutes, which is why we're watching things pretty closely here. But keeping an eye on things. We've got sirens reported going off in Windsor, in Shelbyville, places like that, and very much seeing things evolve on there. So that's the view of that tornado that's reported there earlier in Christian County, which is why we're dealing with this now. So back to the triple box if we can here. And so Kevin's shot, as he kind of organizes, gets closer. He's going to see this lowering. It may not look all that impressive. You might look at that and go, really? It's ragged. But there's a lot of wind shear, and it's amazing what the atmosphere can do with limited resources to cause problems and headaches. Feels like someone sneezes and we get a tornado in Illinois these days. Pana, Shelbyville, Tower Hill, Windsor. Those are the 4 towns really that we're looking at. Probably include Strasburg in that. But Kevin's kind of maneuvering his way on through, and so we'll watch that closely. And let me check that camera as well on the top corner. I believe it's to the Decatur camera. I'm going to switch it back to the Mattoon camera. Mattoon's going to be on the wetter side of things. I don't think we'll get a view from the Effingham camera. The problem with that is it's so low, but maybe I'll throw that in there as well. So there you can see Mattoon's getting the rain coming on in the top right camera, and then that Effingham camera here as well will peek out. Probably the person who has the best view right now, it's Kevin. So Kevin, you're looking out behind you now. Can you give us that shot looking forward again? You able to tell us more what you're seeing?
Yeah, it looked like I might be trying to turn a little bit right, so I might have to readjust my position here. I'm just kind of seeing some little fingers kind of trying to hang down. And I was also wondering if I was actually maybe even looking at that secondary rotation. This one should be actually right on top of me. So that one that I zoomed in on actually might have been that Tower Hill one, to be honest with you, because I just realized I'm actually really close here. So give me a second here. I'm gonna have to reposition here. I'll get back with you here in just a second because it's literally right here in front of me. So stand by here.
Thanks, Kevin. He's going to adjust and take care of some things. I wonder, Kevin, storms are moving slow enough. I'd be curious if the drone gives you a view at all, but just an idea.
Yeah.
We'll let you do your thing down there as he's getting in position and adjusted. So we got those 2 tornado-warned storms in Shelby County here, right along the front. The one is cleared through Shelbyville. We'll zoom back on in. I did switch this top right camera here, this side. I switched this camera to the Effingham camera looking north and west. But you see how low things are in Kevin's camera there? These storms, the bases are so low that we probably aren't going to make out much. Kevin's our best chance at seeing something here. Also looking at your reports as well. And a lot of folks are just saying, man, the wind has been something else, which does not surprise me here. Central part of Shelby County, we have this tornado warning for you until 8:45. 8:45 is when this goes, and that's because we've got 2 areas of spin. Shelbyville, if you need a bathroom break, you need a snack, you've got 3 minutes to do that real fast. Bottle of water, something stronger, 3 minutes, Shelbyville, if you need to go. That other area of rotation is to the east of you. And then we've got this area of spin still here between Tower Hill and Shelbyville. That's not quite to 128 yet. If you live along 128, it's just to your west, moving to the east at 35 miles an hour. And so that is what we're dealing with here. And we'll keep an eye. We're looking downstream, watching for Lake Paradise, watching for Neoga, watching for Mattoon, Lakeland College. If this rotation can keep together, it's going to pass near the junction north of Strasburg and between Strasburg and Windsor here. And we'll probably stay south of 16, so south of Mattoon there, but no tornado warning Coles County as of yet. So that's still pretty decent rotation there. I hear Kevin oohing in my ear. Kevin, are you seeing something?
Yeah. I just saw the updated radar scan, and I'm like on that couplet. Like it's right here. I think it's like just behind me here. So I'm trying to peel back. Here just south a little bit, east and south, because it's literally right behind me is where there might be something. And I'm going to try to get you a view here in a second, but I needed to just get just a tiny bit more south because I am literally in that, almost that little hook that's right there. And that couplet looking pretty good, basically just to my north. So I'm on these kind of weird kind of backcountry roads that kind of do S curves. And so like you're looking south, then you're looking west, then you're looking, so I'm just trying to kind of maneuver here. It's right behind me. And I know you can't make out a whole lot. Let me see here. I am going east here. Okay. So yeah, I think we're going to have to kind of keep going. We're going to head just a tiny bit south, and I'm going to turn back into it here in a second. And you're going to have another view. Low cloud base for sure, and try to kind of pick out that area of rotation. But it's going to be right. Okay, yeah. Wow. that new radar scan really has picked up the rotation. Okay.
Are you seeing that
Hang tight
rotation,
here.
Kevin?
Are you seeing that rotation, Kevin?
Well, it's behind me here. I'm going to try to turn around here. I needed to peel just a tiny bit south. I'm going to turn back around here on the next road, but it's right behind me. All right,
Okay.
stand by here.
Okay, so Kevin's turning, again, tornado potentially developing southeast of Shelbyville, where here's Kevin's location. He's driving to the east. The rotation's right here, 1 to 2 miles behind him. And he's going to be turning around in a second to give us another view. It's going to come across 32 between Strasburg and 16 and Windsor, kind of in this area here. Kevin, you're getting back in place?
Yes. Man, I'm just trying to get to a high point up here. And I think maybe we got some other chasers that are out here too. I should be able to see this here as soon as I just take a look to the left. It's going to be on my left here, and I'm going to get up to this high point. Man, yeah, it is. It's a low, very low cloud base here. This thing would be just northwest of Strasburg. And let me get up here, kind of to this high point, and try to look into it. Oh man, it's tough to see. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to find a spot where I can look into it. Let me see here. This is a little turn off right here. Look how low the cloud base is here.
Wow.
Okay.
Here's the thing, folks. It's so low. It's so low that you're looking at Kevin here. It does not take much to make that spin come down to the ground. Kevin, go.
Yeah, it is right here. I mean, look how low that is. That thing's almost touching the ground. I mean, it is right here. There's tight rotation on the radar there. So we are looking right into this thing. I'm gonna have to continue to, because I might be a little bit too far north. But it's right here in front of me. We're seeing things kind of wrap into it.
You keep talking, Kevin. I'm pointing things out.
It is. Yep. I mean, that is super low and seems to
look
be
at the motion, Kevin. Left to right motion here. Your camera's a little high, but a lot of strong motion right here. Developing. We may have a tornado in front of us momentarily here. And Kevin Leidy's on it right there. There it is. Kevin, can you give us your specific location and the direction you're looking at?
I'm looking due north from my spot here. I'm looking due north. Let me see. I am on County Road. What is this? 1100 North. County Road 1100 North. Let me look at that right there. County Road 1100 North and the corner of that Hidden Springs Road. 1100 North, Hidden Springs Road.
That is
right
spinning fast. We can see the motion here. A lot of intense motion. Developing tornado, eastern Shelby County. Let's not forget, second area of rotation back west of Shelbyville. Shelbyville, if you got your snack break, your bathroom break, you got to go back to your shelter because another storm is on your heels here. This is as close as you can get to being a tornado with how low it is there. Kevin, have you seen any contact with the ground, Kevin?
I can't quite tell, but, oh, man, is there something right there?
We can see the motion.
I mean, that is so close. We can see the motion. Okay. So, yeah, and I can feel the inflow, the warm inflow into this thing, too. So I think I'm going to be able to just peel back here, starting to get some of that inflow into this here. I'm going to have to reposition. I'm going to lose it for a second, and then I'm going to try to get back.
You've got that handheld as well in your passenger seat, Kevin. So that might be able to shoot out the left or your front camera. So Kevin's going to be moving east now, developing tornado, eastern Shelby County. At this point, we maybe need to start thinking about western Cumberland, southwestern Coles County. If you need a little extra time, perhaps now is the time to do that. This rotation is going to pass just north of Strasburg. It's going to be passing between Strasburg and Windsor. We're still about 7-8 miles away from Cumberland and Coles County, but it'll be close to the county line down there, moving off to the east. And so that's what we've got. I mean, look how low these clouds are. We call those the LCLs. It's the liquid condensation level. How tells us how low the clouds sit. And a lot of times when you see those low cloud bases, it's very easy for those storms to, when they're rotating, to make contact with the ground. Kevin, maybe give us your button 7, because I've got that front camera that was turned to the left for you there. I don't know if that's, there's your back one. Kind of give us a view around. And I don't know if you have that other front Marshall camera turn back to the left as you're driving along parallel, but there's a lot of motion. There we go. That's it right there, folks. This is your wall cloud right here. And if there's a tornado, the corn is hiding. It's just that time of year. We got to get him past a bean field, and he might see there could be something on the ground right in here. Here's the left edge of your wall cloud. This whole thing is spinning, and it's just north of Strasburg right now. And so that's what we're watching really closely. And so Kevin's going to move on through, give us that view here, but potentially a tornado in progress, if not very close, just to the north of Strasburg. Strasburg, Windsor, Trowbridge. Trowbridge, this is coming for you next. Paradise, Neoga. It's just to your west. No tornado warning yet. The way things are progressing, though, it would not surprise me if we do get a tornado warning out of this for parts of Cumberland and Coles County. And so that's something that we'll have to watch. I'm going to bring the radar back. If we can get the radar back behind me on Max 2, I do want to just update on the second cell that's rotating behind it here. First off, I think it's maybe took a little surge to the south and west here. That rotation maybe on that cell behind a little more broad. So we'll keep an eye on that. Tower Hill, you're clear. Yanisville, Henton, you're clear. Shelbyville, give me some more time. Look at that strong area of rotation going to be just near or just south of 32 and 16 north of Strasburg, passing very close there. And that's going to carry it off to the east and slightly southeast. It's going to go very close to the Cumberland, Coles, Shelby County line right here. That's even stronger rotation. Kevin, you're looking at it. Give us an update. Go.
Give us an update. Go.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. I just wanted to try to get you one more view before I'm able to kind of continue to try to peel back up here to my east. And you can see, there it is right there. Obviously, the tree line there is going to be blocking it, but there is intense left to right motion definitely there, and super low. So I'm gonna have to continue to navigate here. So check back with me here. Man, it is. Gosh,
is that to your northwest, Kevin?
Is that to your northwest, Kevin?
That is to my northwest.
Northwest. Okay, so northwest. Kevin's southeast of it. You're probably just in the west side of Strasburg, aren't you?
Probably just in the west side of Strasburg, aren't you?
Yes, west side of Strasburg, just northwest of Strasburg.
Just northwest.
Northwest of Strasburg.
Okay, and you're moving to the north now, or are you moving east?
You're moving to the north now, or are you moving east?
I'm moving east.
Okay,
east. I'm moving east. I'm gonna be. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is gonna be coming up there. And it's going to cross over just north of Strasburg and on 32. And so I'm hoping to hit that road here in about another mile or so.
Okay, so let's get the radar back while he's repositioning. In fact, can we just triple boxes? That might be the safest thing, because if he starts waving his hand or whatnot, we'll be able to see that. And then we've got the Matt Toon camera. There may be the potential. We're getting to the point where I don't think this is going to weaken in time. We may get another warning potentially. Hey, NWS says they're watching our feed here, so they're keeping an eye on us. They know we've got Kevin out there, so he's going to let us know. Here's that area of rotation. It's going to be in this area here. When you look at it on reflectivity, you think, there's not much there. But on a day like today, all that wind shear is in place. And so there's Kevin. He's probably over here by now. This updates every couple of minutes. He's heading towards Strasburg. He's heading down in some of the river bottoms there in the rural areas. So we get him to 32 and get him north, and then perhaps sneaking his way towards the Trowbridge area, towards Lake Paradise, places like that. But he's very close to that and monitoring it here. Strong rotation. Still obvious. He has not seen a tornado yet, but if there's one, here's where it's going to be. Here's 16 and 32. Then 1 mile south right here. It's going to be right on 16 and 32 within a mile or less of that intersection just north of Strasburg. 1300 north. it'll be moving off to the east. I believe I heard Kevin say 1200 north earlier. Kevin, if you're on 1200 north heading to 32, you either have to go north a mile or south a half a mile and then wiggle your way through the woods and the trees and the river down there. So just a heads up for you on that. That rotation is between 1300 and 1200 north, moving off to the east. Kevin, you're back. We'd like to take your shot full if we can. You've got the best eyes on it. That rotation continues to look impressive. And Kevin, have you had any luck seeing what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to look back into it here. It's going to be just over here to my left. I can see again the lowering that's here, and it's just off of the camera. I'm getting ready to come up to 32 here in just a second, but if there is still definite rotation just right on the edge here to my left. I'm actually starting to see some rising motion over here too. If you just give me a second, when I get up to 32, we'll be looking right into it, and I'm probably another mile or so away, and we're going to get that. So just give me a second and we'll point. Well, actually, hold on here. I got a quick. Here we go. Okay.
Wow, look at that, folks.
Looking,
little lowering in there.
Little lowering in there.
It's a little blurry,
yeah, so we're,
but something's churning in there.
It is blurry.
Something's churning in there.
Yeah.
It's just the visibility, getting that time of night.
The visibility.
So watching that, this is what we're looking at in here.
Watching that, this is
And Kevin, are you on 1200 north? Is that right?
Kevin, are you at 1200 north? Is that right?
Sorry. Hold on here.
No, you can.
I'm on
Yes, you can.
1100 north.
1100 north. Okay,
1100 north.
so you're a mile south. Your 1100 north road goes east all the way to the Coles-Cumberland County lines. You got a straight shot east in that road there. We want to make sure he's got a straight path there. And if you can, Kevin, you've got that Marshall cam pointing to the left. That might give us a view while you're driving straight to the east. So that's looking into this area here. He's going to try and speed ahead. There's the back edge of the wall cloud. Strong rotation. Kevin's been observing it in here. And we're going to be watching for things like power flashes. We're going to be watching for something to come down. The sun getting lower at this point, but still we've got enough light where if there's something that touches down, I think Kevin will have it for us there. And so that's his view. Let's go back to our triple box if we can. Maybe the strongest signature in our area of the day. It's now east of 32, due south of Windsor, between 1200 north and 1300 north. And that's going to carry it off to the east here. Windsor and Strasburg, you got to be in shelter. And from anywhere south of Windsor, north of Strasburg there, that's a pretty intense rotation signature that's showing up. It's on the warm front, and it's just doing some warm front magic here. That other rotation in the back has continued to weaken. I think at this point, Shelbyville, we can let our guard down. Not fully, but we can take a deep breath and relax a little bit. Rennerville, Henton, Dollville, Tower Hill, you're good. We're going to keep an eye on Clarksburg. We'll keep looking south of Shelbyville, make sure nothing else spins up. But this storm here definitely has our attention between Windsor and Strasburg. And that's going to be where we're watching very closely here. Have not had any other reports. But if Kevin's going to see something, it's going to be right in front of him there. He's got that best angle of it. Due south of Windsor, halfway between Windsor and Strasburg, east of 32 between 12 and 1300 North Road, and it continues to move off to the east. It'll be moving in the direction of southwestern Coles and northwestern Cumberland counties. And so that's where we're going to watch here to keep an eye on things. Kevin, are you seeing anything else? Are you trying to catch up to it? Tell us a little bit about what it looks like where you are.
Well, this heavy rain that's kind of on the backside is kind of hitting me here. So I'm trying to see it here. My visibility is starting to lower. I'm just trying to look off here. So I'm literally due south of the couplet here. I'm trying to roll my window down. Man, it is tough to see anything, but it would almost be just right on the edge of the rain. Let me try to zoom in. It's tough. It's real hard to see anything. There's a little area that's just over here to my left where it looks like a little, man, that is super close. I am trying to, do you see that there on the left?
Bring me up, please.
Yeah, getting soaked here. It's super close.
Right here. Something may be down right there. It's very close, but visibility is not helpful here. And Kevin's got to get in that rain.
Clearly see right here. Kevin, we're looking at it. There's a little, would you consider that to be a funnel maybe right there?
Yes, it looks like a funnel to me right here on the left. Let me see. Let me try to, if I can turn on this road here, it'll let me, yeah, I'm definitely seeing the funnel where it would be. It's just over to my north. So I'm going east. It is barely over here to my north. And I see a road here, so give me a second. And then, okay, see the light? Yeah, the lightning really kind of helped illuminate the area that I think it is.
It's about in the center of the screen, isn't there, Kevin?
It's about in the center of the screen, isn't there, Kevin?
No, it's actually going to be just to the left. It's going to be right here. Hold on.
Okay, you got the Marshall cam.
Okay, you got the Marshall cam.
Yeah. It's right here. Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Okay, all right, here we go. Yep, that's what we were looking at before.
All right, here we go. Yep, that's what we're looking at before.
Still a lot of motion in there.
Still
A lot of motion in the base there. This is what he's looking at. We've got to watch everything closely. The back of the rain is kind of wrapping around this to his location. So he's looking. Are you looking northeast right now, Kevin?
Are you looking northeast right now, Kevin?
Now I'm looking northeast.
Northeast. So gets to the northeast again. He's in a safe spot. If something happens, he's going to have the view there. But a lot of intense rotation still happening there. And that's what we've got. Tornado warning continues for another 16 minutes until 8:45 for Shelby County for this little area of rotation here. It's going to be moving into areas north of Trowbridge, 1200 north, 1300 north, south of Windsor. So if you're on the east side of Windsor and you take the road down south, like you're on your way to Paradise, Lake Mattoon, places like that, little back shortcut there to 45. That's where that rotation is in that corner there. So Kevin's looking into it. He's got his Marshall camera pointed there for us, and we're trying to see the base. And then we're looking back to the north here. He's watching things closely. So far, I don't think we've had anything touch down, Kevin. If there has been, it's been brief. It's been hard for us to see. And I think it's going to be this area right there. Kevin, are you kind of agreeing with that general idea? We're looking in this area right here.
I've not seen any power flashes. I've seen it kind of be low to the ground a few times, come back up just a little bit. But it is going to be over here to my left. Seems like it's maybe come up just a tad, but it's also right like on the edge of the rain. So that's what's making it a little bit more difficult. I actually am I'm in right in the kind of the hook of it in kind of the rain-free area now. And so hopefully getting a little bit of a better view. But yeah, it's going to be, you're looking at it there. So I am driving east and it is just off to my left. And I mean, it still looks, pretty impressive here. Maybe just not as low to the ground as it was. And again, it's going to start to get tougher to see things here as we lose the daylight. But and of course, the longest daylight of the year here today. But
can't get any more.
Still something there, and it is. Yeah, I can't get any more than this. We're trying to keep up with it here, but it's tucked in there.
So that's that base. Kevin, they've got me on camera. We're pointing it out. He's looking to the north and east. If we can, I'd like to bring the triple box back because and try and put Max 2 behind me, because what I want to do is be able to point out where Kevin is. This is an old icon. Kevin, I think you've since crossed 32. The icon stopped there, but he's been moving east here. He's got that rain coming in behind him where that area of rotation is. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get my other camera here, or let me just for a second, I'm going to point into it.
Kevin, full, please. There we go.
Right there. It's right there.
Okay, we're looking at
right
it.
There. That's the wall cloud.
Low wall cloud.
That's right there.
Low wall cloud.
Kevin, are you seeing it?
So
it looks like there's a lot of motion.
Several times.
It looks like there's a lot of motion.
Yeah, there is. There is quite a bit of motion there. And so that's going to be, I'm looking right into it. I just kind of had to turn the car there slightly to the left. It is going to be passing right here in front of me and to my left. But now we're starting to get back into that heavy rain. So I'm gonna keep going. So again, let me see here. Latest location. We continue we're northeast of Strasburg now. And
Kevin,
there
new
goes,
tornado warning, south
that's a new
central
warning
Shelby
there, so I'll let
County.
you take that
New
for now.
tornado warning, south central Shelby County. And I'll tell you about it here real quick. So Kevin's on this storm right here. The rotation on radar appears to be a little more broad, but new area of rotation down by Clarksburg, north of Fancher, north of Mode. Clarksburg, down Clarksburg Road, moving off to the east. This will be heading towards Strasburg, towards Stu Strauss High School. This original one was going to stay north of Trowbridge. This new one going to carry it into Trowbridge here. This warning also includes Coles and Cumberland counties. Parts of Coles and Cumberland County included in this new warning, including Lake Paradise, Lake Mattoon, Neoga. It's going to include the Lakeland College area and south on 45 towards Neoga. It's going to include 121. It comes right up to Lerna. Mattoon, Charleston, at this point, I think this stays to the south and west of you. Maybe not by much. We're going to watch. But from Lakeland College south in the tornado warning. Paradise, Lake Mattoon, Neoga in that tornado warning. Then on the southern edge here, Sigel, it's north of you. Basically, no travel advised from I-57 between Mattoon, Charleston, and Sigel. 2 rotations moving in the direction of Neoga and Etna. It'll be passing south and west of Lerna. This is going to be Clarksburg Road, west of Strasburg, rotation number 1. Rotation number 2 up here. And kind of looking at radar, to me, man, did that rotation that rotation's really collapsed northeast of Strasburg. It doesn't look as impressive as it did before, but that new rotation's picking up there back towards the Clarksburg area. So that's where that next one is. And that Clarksburg area is on the tail end of that line. So, that top rotation, maybe the inflow getting choked off by rain. We've got the Clarksburg area is where that is. Getting some messages, sirens going off in Mattoon. The reason for that, Mattoon city limits technically make it down here to Lakeland College. If you live anywhere north of Lakeland College, north of the McDonald's, on Lakeland Boulevard in Mattoon. In fact, that's probably 95% of the city there. This is the southern edge of Mattoon included in the tornado warning. This does not include Charleston, does not include Loxa. Sarah Bush, you are okay. No tornado precautions needed at Sarah Bush. No precautions needed at Coles County Airport on our current trajectory. Still, rain activity coming on in. Let me get that Mattoon camera back up there into the corner, and so we can peek at it, because I've had the Effingham camera looking north. Now we'll switch that back to the Effingham camera. And so that's what we're looking at here. A lot of sirens going off in Coles and Cumberland County. Toledo, green up. Tornado warning doesn't include you. Diona doesn't include you. I know you had a tornado come through earlier this afternoon. Neoga, you had a tornado earlier this afternoon in the east side of town. You got another one potentially coming. Strasburg, time is now to shelter. Windsor, it's just southeast of you. I think you're all clear. Shelbyville, you're all clear. Clarksburg, Strasburg, Trowbridge, Neoga, Lake Paradise, Lake Mattoon, and areas there into rural northwestern Cumberland County, including 45 from Lakeland College south to Neoga is where this is. Top right here, this is the Mattoon camera, and we're going to take it full here in a second. But what I want to do is just get it set on my screen. Are you able to take Weather Metrics 3? I see it up there on top. Thank you. Go ahead and pull that Weather Metrics 3 camera. We're going to look to the south and to the west. This is more southwest, and now we're going to turn more to the south. Some thunder and rain and lightning coming into the city of Mattoon. Mattoon proper from downtown, north and east. Not seeing the tornado threat for you at this point. It's going to be the south side of Mattoon down towards Lakeland College, where things are going to be the issue for the city of Mattoon. Even though sirens are going off in Mattoon right now, if part of the city is in, all the sirens go. That's how some of the things work here. Sirens may be going off in green up in Toledo. Neoga is the only area that we're looking at for this particular tornado. So that's what we've got. Let's go ahead and bring the triple box up. Kevin, you're getting caught in that rain there now. Tell us, is it heavy rain? Is that what you're seeing?
I'm in heavy rain. I tried to peel back southeast. There seems to be another circulation over Strasburg right now. Take a look at that on radar. Take a look at that on radar over Strasburg. What does that look like to you? Does that still look like something? I'm trying to get south of it here.
Give me 1 second. We're pulling it in here. Kevin's moving. He's asking about Strasburg. Yeah, there may be something that's kind of popping there by Strasburg. The stronger rotation looks back on Clarksburg Road, just 1 mile east of Clarksburg. That's 2 south of Strasburg to the west. You go past the Dollar General, you pass the road, then Clarksburg Road is there. So there is a little area of rotation over Strasburg now. Clarksburg, that's the other area of rotation. And our original area of rotation still present, but not nearly as intense as it looked before. Maybe the rain's kind of cutting it off, which makes us feel better, because now we're starting to talk about bringing it into the Paradise area. Here's Magnet, little town there. The McDonald's sits right here on Lakeland Boulevard. Here's Lakeland College. You get down here to Lake Paradise, Lake Mattoon, some of those subdivision, rotation coming your direction. South of Gaze not in this. Windsor, not in this. But yeah, Kevin, I'm seeing that little other area of circulation. It's there. It doesn't look great, but on days like today, Kevin, the circulations haven't needed to look great to produce tornadoes. We had a confirmed tornado earlier in Christian County. We've had some real close attempts here along and just south of 16 from Shelbyville off towards Windsor. We'll see if we hear any reports of damage, but potentially 1, 2, 3 areas of circulation. In order of strength, I think Clarksburg is 1, Strasburg a close second, and a late third is the one there that was originally really strong that Kevin was following. We saw those low clouds. That one there west of Paradise. Just a little blip showing up there. Kevin, you're moving into position. Tell us more where you are, what you're seeing. Okay, I think Kevin may have lost us, or at least lost our audio. So we'll keep an eye on his shot there. I don't think he can hear us, but he's moving and maneuvering to stay ahead of these things here. And he's kind of in that rural area, so he might have dropped cell service and can't hear me. So we'll go ahead and bring me back on here with the radar if we can behind me, because his location's not updating. He's actually down over here. We know that, but he's in that rain core there. So that's something to note, Kevin, if you can hear us. I think your audio is down. I don't think you can hear us, but your icon is not updating. You may need to check that here. Let's just check area-wide. We spent a lot of time talking about Shelby County. We spent some time pretty quickly. We were actually on air before the tornado warning there in Christian County. Got that report. Boom, jumped on. Tornado warning was right there on our heels. Shelby County, northwestern Cumberland, southwestern Coles County. Tornado warnings in place. Tornado watch was carried and extended until 9 o'clock for Christian and Macon County. It's 8:41 now. I haven't seen if there's going to be an extension of the tornado watch. Okay, actually, I'm just seeing now. Tornado watch until 10 p.m. for some of those counties. They are probably going to drop Macon and Christian counties, but they're going to keep the tornado watch through at least 10 p.m. now for places like Shelby County, Cumberland County, Coles County, over towards Edgar, Clark County, even Effingham County, and places like that, because of these rotating storms that are continuing to move on through the area here. Tornado watch will go until 10 p.m. It will get cut, though, for some areas. We'll say that. We do expect that. I'm probably going to expect it to drop for Christian and Macon County. National Weather Service, they do a great job for us. We really love working with them. I know they're listening to our feed and watching Kevin. We're listening to their feed. It's a great communication we have with them. They're very valuable for us. The office here we're working with is Lincoln now, and couldn't ask for better folks over there to keep us warned and keep us safe, especially given everything we've been through here. So there's those tornado warnings. Just more out of curiosity, look at all the tornado warnings that continue across southern Illinois and southern Indiana. There's been a lot of tornado activity today, folks. We thought that could be the case. Sometimes these systems, they sneak up on you a little bit. We don't fully know. Mother Nature has a few cards up its sleeve. And boy, when those cards came out to play the game, wow, did things escalate pretty quickly there across the southern parts of our viewing area. And still going here tonight with this area of rotation. Really, we were looking at 3 areas there. I'm just keeping my eyes on Cowden, down south to Oconee and Ramsey, because right in this area is where this warm front is. And that warm front has been a headache for us here as we are seeing these storms rotate. Nothing imminent and sticking out as of now, but keeping a close eye on things as we move on through here. And rotation's not really looking prevalent there. Still showing some rotation. This is going to be Clarksburg. If you're on Clarksburg Road and you know the little dip in the road, the jog you take by the bridge there, that's where that is. Strasburg, the second area is to your east. The last area is to your south and west. The Dollar General sits here. Stu Straw High School is here. welcome back, Kevin. We can hear you. Trowbridge is over here. And then this area of rotation now north of Kingman, east of Strasburg. That original area of rotation that Kevin is bringing us just does not look as good. I mean, there's still a little something there. That's going to be pretty close here. If you're heading from Windsor down to the Lake Paradise, Lake Mattoon area, that little back road, it's pretty close to that, and straight south of Gaze is where that is here. Getting ready to cross into the Coles, Cumberland County area. Kevin, your camera's black. It might be that cable. But are you able to give us a quick report here at all?
Yeah. I'm trying to maneuver here. I got a closed road, so I'm trying to find me a good option here. So I'll come back with you here in a second, okay?
All right, and your spotter location's not updating either. So if you get the chance to check that, we can kind of help you navigate. Is that a closed road because of flooding, Kevin?
I'm not sure, but closed road here. Just give me a second here.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to you, Kevin. Let us know if you need any help figuring things out there. So here we are. If we could take Max 2 full real quick, and we're just going to look at that, look at those areas of rotation. Tornado warning continues for southwestern Coles, northwestern Cumberland, eastern Shelby County. This does not include Shelbyville. This does not include Charleston. This does not include Toledo or Greenup. In Mattoon, it's very much the far southern part of the city, down by Lakeland College, the McDonald's included in that warning. If you're watching in Mattoon downtown, you're by the school district, you're living by the Casey's, you're out towards the Interstate 57 exits, you're not in that tornado warning, even though the sirens are going off. Sometimes the polygons cut towns in half. That's what's happened here. A part of the city of Mattoon is in that tornado warning. The sirens go off to let people know. And that's what's going on in those areas there. Neoga. We haven't said your name for a while, but you are in the path of this storm, and it's going to carry pretty close to 121 near 45, the way things are progressing. Pardon me, getting a little water break in there. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to bring up here as well our router. Again, why are we dealing with this? Check this out. Oh, that is Kevin. I need to bring up the, hang on a minute here. Not router. I need to bring in GR. So let me get this fixed here real quick. So there you can see that's our Mattoon camera. Heavy rain falling in the city. Thanks in the back for having me. All right, let's bring this up. This was earlier. Again, this is the Edinburgh area. That's a pretty impressive looking tornado that touched down in Christian County. I think it was 745, 750, sometime in there. And this is why you just got enough wind shear and a touch of instability. And it's like magic dust with this wind shear in place. It just makes things spin and it makes those problems happen. And so that's what we're looking at with that rotation that's in place here. All right, looks like my computer hiccuped there. Apologies for that. This is our storm. Just one warning right now. Looks like flash flood warnings have dropped for a lot of the area, but we are looking at still parts of Fayette County with a flash flood warning. Tornado warning continues for Shelby, far southwestern Coles, and northwestern Cumberland County. And that's what we're looking at here. Kevin's getting on the move here. And we're going to be checking with him soon. But there's some flooded roads out there. Even if the flash flood warnings are expired, flood warnings replace that. And we're seeing a lot of standing water that's in place here across the area. New tornado watch just came out. It did get canceled for Macon, Moultrie, Douglas, and Christian counties. There you can see those counties dropped. Christian County, Macon County. We should see Moultrie and Douglas drop. They're not yet. But we do know that the watch has dropped for Moultrie and Douglas counties. So eventually that may correct itself. Shelby County, Coles, Cumberland County, Edgar, Clark County, Effingham, Fayette, Jasper, Crawford. Tornado watch continues until 10 o'clock. Just for planning purposes, I don't know when this tornado warning expires. Let me double check here. I'll just get that information because we do have a newscast at 9 on CIX, and I don't want to miss that. Tornado warning goes until 9:15, so we will cut into WCIX as long as this warning is in place here. And so that's something to note. Really watching the Neoga area, Trowbridge, Strasburg, Paradise. That rotation now going to be south of Strasburg along 32, Clarksburg Road, Paradise, Mattoon, Lake Mattoon, that is, southern section of Mattoon down by McDonald's, Lakeland College in the morning. If you live on 16, you live near downtown, you live even south towards the Sonic, and as you're heading out to the edge of town, you are not included in that tornado warning. It's really from the Lakeland McDonald's exit south, down 45 and 121. Kevin, have you been able to get a plan put in place? Where are you at? What's your movement?
Yeah. I tell you, I have been cut off by all kinds of flooded roads, and I'm east of Strasburg. I'm northwest of Neoga, southwest of Paradise, and there's a couple different circulations there. They're completely wrapped in rain. I can't see a thing. It is dark, and the heavy rain. I've just been trying to catch a road here to, try to get me back out ahead of it. My south option was gone because of closed road, and so again, I'm kind of in that rural kind of northeastern Shelby County no man's land area, and so it's made navigating a little bit tougher. So I'm concerning. What I'm really wanting to do is try to get out of this heavy rain and just kind of reassess things, because again, I think the rotations seem to be weaker. They're weaker. We definitely had much stronger ones earlier. So I'm just going to try to get out of the rain, because I've been just stuck in that heavy rainfall, and hopefully catch some roads that I can fully go through, because there has been a lot of these things are prolific rainfall makers here. And again, now it's at night, so it's tougher to kind of see. I know I'm going through a bad area here with the signal, so I'll throw it back to you.
Kevin, have you been able to check your spotter icon and get that back online for us? Okay, let's get to Kevin's new location here, and we'll compare and see where it is. We'll give the radar a minute to populate. So there's Kevin. So you're still east of Strasburg. Good news, Coles County, tornado warning canceled. Lake Paradise, Mattoon, Lakeland College, tornado warning canceled. This is going to be basically Cumberland County, Neoga. It's going to be from Trowbridge north, Kingman, Strasburg to the south and east, Stewardson to the north and east. There's an area of rotation there moving east from Stewstraw High School. There's another area trying to come into the Neoga area. And these are the last of our storms, I think. And if we can clear this out without any problems, I think there'll be a lot of thankful people here. But some good news is the tornado warning has been canceled for Coles County. That original circulation that was really intense earlier by 16 and 32 has really tamed down. Kevin's in all that heavy rain. I mean, look at that rain there. It's just coming down on him right here. That's the Mattoon camera. We keep an eye on that to the south and west. But Coles County, tornado warning canceled. Rotation, northwestern Cumberland County issue, Neoga. It's coming your way. And so that's why we're still here with you. Time now is 8:51. I'm Jacob Dickey. Kevin Leidy is in the Storm Tracker. We've got severe weather coverage for what's been a busy day with tornadoes here. And looking at this now, one area of rotation is going to be just east of Stewstraw High School. Another area of rotation going to be just northwest or maybe just west of Neoga. Both of those, not the most impressive, but we don't need impressive circulations on a day like today to cause problems. And on top of that, all of this is in areas that have had a lot of rain. Maybe we can take a look at some of the rain totals here over the last 24 hours. Be interesting to peek at that. It'll take the data a minute to populate. Quick second here. There it is. Look at some of those rain totals. When you start seeing yellows, you're typically in the inch range. Oranges, reds down there, 2, 3, 4 inches. A lot of water. I know in Effingham County, Jasper County, even the 1 to 2 inches in the Shelby County area here is enough to cause some issues. So we do have that little corridor that is setting up. Still got a line of tornado warnings down in southern Indiana. That's the original storms. Our last little cell here is basically Neoga, which is why we're here. So Coles County, canceled. I don't want to say you're done from severe weather, because that amount of trust I have in storms these days, just seems like that's the case. But I do have optimism that this is going to stay south of Coles County, the Coles County line there. So Mattoon, it's raining. There's probably some thunder. Probably looks a little scary. We've got the sky cam there. There's nothing rotating that makes me concerned. Even these areas of rotation here not sticking out to me a whole lot as much as they were. One of the things that's happening is the sun now going down. By the way, it's the longest day of the year. Tomorrow, the days start getting shorter, the nights start getting longer. There's some rage bait for you. Because of such long days here, late evenings, we've got that instability lingering more and more. But as that sun is finally starting to drop below the horizon here, we're losing that instability, what little there is, fairly quickly, and that threat will start to really de-escalate as we go into the next 15, 20, 30 minutes, I think, here. So I don't expect this to continue more to the east as we monitor things, but we're still going to watch here, keep an eye on it. Shelby County, Cumberland County, the two areas that we're at. The tornado watch does go until 10 o'clock now for some of those areas that had it towards 9. So just checking some other reports here. Not seeing any new reports from people, but and the one thing is we've got 4,000 or 5,000 people watching on our digital streaming platforms in addition to TV. It's amazing what technology can do, and those people are able to give us instant reports. So somebody has power goes out, they can say my power went out. I hear the sirens. There's flooding on my street. I just saw the tornado. Whatever the case may be, we can get those notifications pretty instantly. We also have a chat with the National Weather Service, and that's super convenient to have those resources at our disposal here. I really like where we're heading now. The way things look, the rotation continues to look less impressive by the scan. Both one over Neoga, be pretty close to Neoga in the 45 exit, about where that semi rolled earlier today on the bridge there. Kevin was reporting just east of the school. That rotation's still there. We'll keep an eye on it. The second rotation then is going to be between Strasburg and Stewardson, east of 32 by about 4 miles. And that's going to be near the Kingman area. Again, doesn't look overly impressive. I think, maybe if we see the radar scan, the next couple of scans start to tail off a little bit, maybe we'll wrap this up with the next 15, 20 minutes and have a quieter week ahead. Can't wait, can we? All right, Kevin, I see you stopped. Are you trying to reposition? You looking at something? What's going on where you are?
Yeah, I am at Sexton Corner. If you're familiar with that, and that is at the corner of County Road 1200 North and then 3350 East. And so just kind of reassessing things here. You can see the sign here where I'm located, 15 miles from Shelbyville, 13 miles there from Mattoon, 7 miles from Windsor. And so I'm in this kind of in-between area of Shelby County. I'm trying to see, here's the thing, that rain was so heavy to go through. I'm trying not to do that again. So I'm going to maybe try to peel back here to the south a little bit and cut back through on that storm a little bit, but I may let it kind of try to pass in front of me and then get south of it and go east again and catch up to it. But the rain is so heavy, and these country roads are not forgiving when it comes to that heavy rainfall. So we're peeling back south here. We're going to be just on the edge of that heavy rainfall. And my sights are set towards Neoga, but again, I may let this kind of pass off to the east and then see if it's doing anything after. So obviously the rotation does seem a little bit weaker than what it was earlier. Definitely, because that thing was pretty strong there, like you said, along 1632. So just trying to stay that heavy rainfall. Let me tell you, after the amount of rain that I've had to drive through today, I am good to not drive through that again, because that is a not fun part to this business here. These, because these are very rain-wrapped storms again, high precipitation kind of storms, and so they're just dumping that rainfall out. And obviously, to see the tornado, you got to get right there on the edge of that rain, and we've been there today. And I'm going to be driving back into it here as I come in just northwest of Neoga. All right, so we'll send it back to you in the studio there.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Just getting some information, and there may have been a funnel cloud reported at 1:30 and 0000 East. And that, I think, is down by Hidalgo. That's from a Cumberland County deputies. That'd be this right here. I mean, it's a little blip on radar. Wouldn't surprise me with the amount of spin that we've got. Maybe something's there. but we'll see if we can confirm that. Maybe I've got the wrong information, so we'll check into that. The rotation here near Neoga, 121 and 1200 east, there east of Neoga. It's kind of right over 57 right now, but it's still broad. It's not that strong, but we haven't needed a lot of strong rotation today to cause issues. And so this rotation now just east of Neoga, really it's about over where we had the tornado reported a few hours ago as we're heading to the 5:30 newscast. Kevin gave us drone footage from there where some damage reported from a likely tornado in that area. And there you see the next update is carrying it towards 121. So that's what we're seeing there. The other area of rotation continuing to the Trowbridge. Okay, so it's 0 east. Just to clarify, they're sitting, I guess, up here at 0 east, Coles County, looking back to the west. Might be where they're at here. So north of Grain Up is probably what they're peeking at, looking back to the west there. That's just confirming. So Coles County is sending a spotter down there to keep an eye on things. Just got an update from news. 258 without power northwest of Effingham. So some power outages in areas that were hit by the tornadoes earlier. And our tornado warning continues until 9:15. There you can see here the last little sliver of that. First off, keeping an eye on that here, but it's really south of Neoga, Kingman, a very small sliver. And this might be the last little slice. And this little spot here with what we're dealing with here. All right, it's time to reset. First off, the time right now is 9 p.m. WCIX News at 9 starts now, and the news is weather. I'm Jacob Dickey. Kevin Leidy's in the Storm Tracker. He's watching things for us there. We are here because of severe weather in central Illinois. We would normally have a live newscast at 9 on WCIX. We're starting that off with severe weather. We are still on CBS, and we're likely to be there for the next few minutes, potentially as late as 9:15. But it is hard for me to imagine this warning will extend beyond that here, as we still have that tornado warning that's in effect. Coles County, you are fine. I know earlier the sirens were sounding in Mattoon. Charleston, just some rain, just some thunder and lightning coming on in here. Nothing sticking out. I'll confirm that. Take a look at the velocity. A lot of people still shell-shocked after what happened on Wednesday with all the damage in Charleston and Loxa. You can see here, there's not a whole lot showing up. That's some great news. The last little spot is this original one here east of Strasburg from Clarksburg. It's an itty-bitty spot, but it's there. And while we've got that Mattoon camera lighting up, I'm going to turn the camera back to Effingham. And let's drop that in here. So give me 1 second. And then we're going to start to make sure we're looking to the north. So now the Mattoon camera is here. We just turned the Effingham camera. Of course, it's getting late enough. We're looking due north now. And that flashing light's the helipad up there. But this is actually pretty interesting. If you look here in that camera, thanks for bringing that full. It's not that tall of a storm, right? You're seeing the top of the storm there, but it's just close to the center of the low pressure and able to tap into that wind shear. So we're able to get that structure above that dark there. But there's some clear sky showing up around there. So that's that cumulonimbus cloud. As we scan around the sky, looking more northwest here and drop back. Pretty interesting to see. I think actually we barely make out Jupiter on the center left part of the screen there. I think that's the planet that's up there. But pretty neat to see, and then we'll be keeping an eye on there. But I feel happy with how things are progressing. I think that we'll be wrapping things up pretty quick. So still some reports that there's some sort of action going on south of Charleston. Radar does not look impressive in that. You can see here, our tornado warning really is for Cumberland County, just south of Neoga, and eastern Shelby County. That's the little circulation. And you know what? Go away, please. We're ready to have a break here. But that's it. It's north of Sigel, southwest of Neoga, continuing off to the east. Top right camera is Effingham. Bottom right camera is Kevin in the Storm Tracker. He's been driving around in here. There's been a lot of rain and flooding in this area, so it's been a bit of a challenge for him, but he's doing the best he can, and we continue to watch things closely here with that. Kevin just letting us know he's at Trowbridge. Kevin, you want to chime in? That rotation, if you're in Trowbridge, is about a mile or two southeast of you.
Mile
Yeah. So again, I'm trying to let it just kind of get just a little bit ahead of me here, but it's again. Here's the other thing: there's hardly any lightning on these storms. There's like none, very little lightning. So that has made it tougher to kind of see anything if there would be something, or to illuminate the sky, to see any structure. And then of course it's just pouring down rain here too. But yeah, I'm coming up to Trowbridge right now, and so that and I'm going south, and so it's going to be just to my south and east is where that rotation is, and so I'm going to continue to watch it there, and maybe kind of peel back through towards Neoga and see if I can see anything there. But again, I will say this: these are about some of the worst conditions to try to storm chase in. And what I mean by that is, it's now dark, there's heavy rainfall, and there's no lightning to see anything. So it's a tough one. It's a challenging one, I'll tell you that. But we're still on the storm. We're still on this tornado warning storm, and so we want to follow this little area of rotation just in case. But that is kind of the last one that we see here as of right now. So again, just coming up to Trowbridge, and we'll see if we can see it. I'm looking for power flashes. Essentially, that's what I'm looking for, and that would be our indicator that we might have a tornado. But I haven't seen any. But again, really heavy rainfall obscuring a lot of my view here. So if I can peel back south and get out of the heavy rain, we might be able to look into it once again. So I'll send it back to you for now. Coming into Trowbridge here, Chief Meteorologist Kevin lighting the storm tracker, and send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kevin. He's going to keep an eye on that. He's in the Trowbridge area. Just got another message about a funnel cloud towards the county line south of Charleston. So let me send that report to the NWS. So we've got that there. And I was trying to look at radar and make some assessments. I don't see much going on up there. I wonder, I don't think it's the Trilla area or Lerna. Just kind of glancing around. I mean, maybe there's something in Lerna. I mean, it's pretty poor looking on radar. It's not, I mean, the circulations are so rough. I'm just checking out for some other info here. Okay, I don't know. At this point, I wonder if it's just some clouds that are kind of hanging around there. I mean, it's dark. There's no lightning, no flash photography from Mother Nature. So, we're not really going to see much here. But maybe there's just enough contrast. They're seeing something, and that's what it is. But if you get the sense that I'm just annoyed, you're on it. I think a lot of us are annoyed with Mother Nature these days. Here, still some rotation now south of Neoga. It is brief, broad, weak. Pick your adjective to describe something poor, but that's where it is. Tornado warning continues here. We are 9 minutes away from this tornado warning expiring. I'm hopeful and optimistic that it will expire in 9 minutes. When it does expire, we'll kind of wrap things up for production and control to notice, and maybe Will Simmons can get that info too. We'll take a break. We'll go to commercial. We'll figure out what's left in this WCIX newscast on WCIX there, and wrap that up at 9:30, and then we'll be back. I'm hoping it's on time at 10. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but hopefully we'll see it at CBS 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to bed. And I think a lot of you probably have that same sentiment after the long week we've had here. So there's that rotation. It is brief, but it's enough for that tornado warning to be in place here. I just am not seeing radar representing what's going on up by the Coast County line there. Like, I don't know. I mean, Mattoon, Charleston, Mattoon, I think you're fine. Mattoon's done. Charleston, I don't think I'm worried about you at this point. Lerna, I think you're okay. There's nothing obvious to me there. Now, if you look at just reflectivity and we just try and identify the structure of storms, then, yeah, there's a little cell there. Maybe Mother Nature's being a tease in this area, but I just don't think that's the case here at this point. We'll keep a close eye on it, see what happens. But that's going to be moving to the east. So even Charleston, you're getting heavy rain. I would say you're getting thunder and lightning in your normal case. I don't know if there is any thunder and lightning. We can actually peek at that lightning here. But, yeah, there's a little bit. Not much. Just enough here. Not on Kevin's storm, but on that storm that's north there. So Lerna, Diona, Lake Charleston South, Fox Ridge State Park. over to the east there of 130 as you head towards Oilfield, Westfield. That's where we'll just keep an eye on. No warning, but just worth a fair mention there. Again, sun's going down. Instability going away. We need instability for storms. We didn't need much. There's just enough there. As the sun drops down, then that instability kind of goes woof and disappears. And so that's maybe going to spare us from bigger issues here. But still here for a few more minutes at least because of this tornado warning that is in Cumberland County. And that's going to be the case here with this little cell that's south of Neoga. Rain and storms in Charleston. I think there's probably some folks that a little nervous. Some of the comments, people are like, yeah, it's raining cats and dogs and, fish and frogs down there in Charleston. Heavy rain and occasional rumbles of thunder. We'll keep an eye on it, but just kind of monitoring that storm up there. I just don't see anything. It's not even like any of the other storms that are over there. Over by the Lincoln log is kind of where that little area would be, that secondary area, but I'm not impressed by that. This is that little tornado warning. I mean, this probably is the smallest polygon tornado warning we've had, and it's here for another 6 minutes. Really, Shelby County, it's east of you now. It's not even a township size in Cumberland County. That might be 2 miles north-south and 4 miles east-west at the most in Cumberland County. But we're here, Neoga, it's just south of you. There's still something there. And then I do just want to make sure nothing going on here back towards Shumway and Beecher City. There's some rain and activity there. I don't see rotation, which is good news. I'll take a different angle at it here. Whoops, pardon me. Pressed the wrong button. My computer's stalling out on me. Yeah, there's nothing showing up in the debris tracker, which is good. There we go. This is what I look at. There's not a whole lot there. I mean, you could maybe argue there's a little green and red, but it's the wrong direction there, south of Mattoon. And then the other area I was interested in is over by north of Shumway towards Stewartson. The most weak, faint, broad rotation possible showing up there. I tend to think once this warning drops here in 5 minutes, that's probably going to be it for us. But we'll see. The number of tricks Mother Nature has had up her sleeves, it's been annoying at this point. But we're here. That's our jobs. We will be continuing to cover you as these storms continue to work their way on through. Kevin, looks like you're getting up to some sort of civilization. Is that Neoga you're coming into there? Tell us where you are and what you're seeing.
I feel like I've done a complete circle here from when I talked to you guys at 5:30 when we were on the newscast. I was just east of Neoga where they had that damage from what looks to be an apparent tornado over there, just east of town. And I've made a big circle. And so, yes, I'm literally coming into downtown Neoga as we speak. So, yes, civilization back once here again after being in some real backcountry roads there in the northeastern Shelby County, tracking the storm. So, yeah, coming up here to the railroad tracks. And, yeah, I mean, Jacob, I think you're right. I mean, I'm not, things aren't looking as impressive as they once did. I mean, atmospheres worked over, pretty good, I think, in many cases now, losing the instability, what little that we had. So, yeah, hopefully things are going to continue to wind down as this warning probably is going to expire here pretty soon. But, again, not seeing anything major, but we're going to continue to just kind of watch it for you. I'm peeling up here back on 45 and swinging back to the north. Again, water everywhere. I mean, even here we are on some of the main roads here, and there's just water all over the place. So, again, peeling off here to the north. Casey's there just past them on my right. We'll continue to update you here, but hopefully, Jacob, we can start to wind things down. There is still a lot of water, though. So if you have to travel tonight, if you're out, just be aware. this place got soaked here today with multiple rounds of storms. So just hanging out here. If we need to peel back south, we can. But as of right now, we're just going to kind of hang along here in Cumberland County and kind of wait and see if we need to head towards Toledo or anything with that circulation. But I think that warning is about as well, now it's definitely the smallest polygon that you'll ever get. So we'll send it back to you for now. And if we need to continue off to the east, we will. But as of right now, in the storm tracker here, we're north on 45. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lighty, back to you.
All right, Kevin, we're about 60 seconds away from this tornado warning being potentially dropped. So just an idea for you, Kevin. I have a feeling that if there's a steakhouse in Neoga, Nehemiah's, you could probably stay around there and they'd cook you up a ribeye and get you a drink there for all your work today. You deserve it dealing with all that rain out there. But just so you know, there's Kevin. He's passing the Dollar General now as he's heading out of town. He's going to come up to the Route 45 and Interstate 57 interchange there in Neoga. And this is our last little sliver of a tornado warning that's in place there, eastern Shelby and Cumberland County. But in 40 seconds, expecting that red box to disappear. National Weather Service says the tornado warning will expire at 9:15. All right, so I guess here's the plan then. What we'll do is studio control. I've got you in my ear. We're going to plan at maybe 9:17, and you can talk to me as well, but we'll just go to a commercial break, go back. CBS will go back to regular programming, and then perfect, 9:17. CBS will go back to regular programming. We'll take a break, be back with WCIX News, and 3, 2, 1. Hooray! It's gone, folks. Tornado warning is dropped for Shelby and Cumberland County, and we are tornado warning free here. Still got a few little cells out there. We'll watch it. But overall here, this activity continues to wane, kind of rain itself out. Still some thunder, lightning, tornado watch in effect until 10 o'clock, so 45 more minutes there. But just kind of keeping an eye, and we'll monitor. No one's going anywhere. Kevin's looking like he's stopping at the gas station. He's probably getting some snacks. Been using that word a lot there, but he's pulling on it.
There's
Kevin,
all the pumps are full.
Well, you trying to get gas, Kevin?
Well, yeah, I was going to. I mean, I don't terribly need it, but I think everybody's pulled up. I mean, to look at all these cars.
Probably the warnings.
Always
Probably the warnings.
Yeah, I think the warnings, because I don't see a whole lot of pumps actually being used. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. There's not a single pump in any of them. Yeah, I think they just probably all pulled over for the warning that is here. But yeah, we're over here. Again, this is a place that is familiar with tornado damage, of course, from last year. Yeah, I think a lot of people, actually, there might be people who maybe took shelter and went inside the gas station, because I was seeing some empty cars there. So, yeah, which is fine to do, if you need to. But yeah, need to get gas. I guess I'll just peel on back to the north there. But again, no more warnings. So that's some great news as we wrap things up.
All right, Kevin, thanks for that. Thanks for all your work out there in the storm tracker. We go out in the field because we know that field coverage, the eyes in the sky, are invaluable. We had great views of that storm in Shelby County. Also then, Kevin, with the flooding reports and things of that. Thank you for following us here. We are returning to regularly scheduled program on behalf of Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lighty and myself, Jacob Dickey. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight at 10.